welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Anna and today I'm going to show you how to make a classic Cuban side dish, and that is yuca con mojo. This was requested by one of my subscribers, so if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy this recipe. It's absolutely delicious and very, very simple. If you're not familiar with yuca, you might know it as cassava. It's pretty much like a root vegetable. I believe it's kind of similar to a potato. I mean, not really in texture that much, but you can treat it kind of like the same way. You can boil it, you can mash it, you can fry it, you can bake it, you can do so many things with it, and it's absolutely delicious. So the Cuban style comes with a little bit of a mojo. A mojo, it's kind of like you could say like a dressing, delicious with a little bit of sour orange, a little bit of olive oil, some garlic, oregano. It's to die for. So let me show you the ingredients you're going to need so we can go ahead and get started. So you're gonna need your yuca. This is how it looks like. Like I said, it's a root vegetable. It's kind of looks like a piece of wood for some reason. You're gonna need some extra virgin olive oil, sour orange, some garlic cloves, dried oregano, red onion, and a little bit of salt. Now, if you can't find the actual yuca, the fresh one, you can buy it frozen. This is how it comes. You can buy pretty much any brand you can get. I usually get the one that's on sale, and that was the case for this one. So it comes like this. It comes already peeled and pretty much ready to go. I usually have a bag in my freezer at all times because, like I said, you can do so many things with it. If I'm getting tired of potatoes, which is kind of hard because I love potatoes, I just make some yuca. First thing we're gonna do is cut and peel our yuca. So you want to grab your yuca, you want to grab a really sharp knife, and you want to cut it into pieces, kind of like that. It's a little hard to work with. Now we cut off the ends because we don't really need it, so we're gonna get rid of that. Now I like to use a paring knife, and here's what we're gonna do. You want to make a little slit down the yuca. You're gonna see the texture, the outside texture is kind of waxy, and you want to go underneath the skin. You just go all around it. You're gonna be able to kind of like peel it off. You can see, you kind of lift it as you go, and you're gonna be able to peel it right off, just like that. So let's do another one. So you wanna make a slit, just like so, and then you're gonna go underneath the skin. You're gonna start peeling it. So you wanna lift it a little bit, and it should come right off. And there you go. You have your peeled yuca. And now you want to add this to your pot with some water. First I'm going to rinse it, and then I'm going to fill it up with water. You want it to cover all of the yuca. So you can see my yuca, it's fully covered. There's a fly. My yuca, it's fully covered with water, just as you would with potatoes. You want to add a generous amount of salt, just so they, obviously as they cook and as they soften, they're gonna be infused with that water. It's gonna make them more flavorful. So we're gonna turn on the heat on medium, right? We're gonna cover this, and we're gonna let it cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. You want the yuca to be really nice and tender. I'll show you what it looks like once we get there. My yuca is almost done. They need just about 5 more minutes. I have you can use a small skillet over medium heat, and now we're going to start making the mojito. So I'm going to thinly slice, I would say about, well, this onion's pretty big, so I would say about half an onion. This looks good. I'm gonna add some extra virgin olive oil to my skillet, and I'm going to add, be careful, it will splatter. You're gonna add some of your sour orange. If you can't find sour orange at your regular store, use equal parts orange, equal parts lime juice, and you're gonna have a very similar taste. Okay, this looks good. I'm gonna add in the onions. This looks great. Let's mix it around so everything cooks evenly. I'm going to add my dried oregano, and we're going to season it with a pinch of salt. I'm not going to add the garlic just yet because I want this to cook a little bit more. Okay, the onions are looking great. This is exactly how I want them. As you can see, they have softened quite a lot. Now we add in our minced garlic. You want a lot of garlic. That's exactly how I want it. As you can see, the onions are really tender. The garlic is nice and fragrant. Perfect. This is exactly what you're looking for. My sofrito's done. My yuca's done. Now it's time to plate it. So I drained all the liquid. A little tip that I have for you. Let me get a fork. If you make your yuca ahead of time, make sure you don't drain the yuca and you leave it in that water, because the yuca dries out very, very quickly. Once it dries out, kind of gets a little hard, and I don't care for that much. I want it really soft. Look how easily I can pierce my fork and kind of break it apart with my fork. This is the consistency that you're looking for. You also want to remove, I'll show you now, whenever I find one, the yuca has a little stem in the middle that's quite hard and you really can't eat it, so you want to make sure, look at this, it falls apart. It's so beautiful. Look, I found one right here. It's right in the center. It's kind of like woodsy. You really can't eat it. I mean, you could, but why would you? It's not good. So you want to make sure that you remove it. Okay, so we have all of our yuca here ready to go. Taste it and see if it needs a little more salt. Yuca, it's like I said, it's very similar to potato in the sense that if it doesn't have the right amount of salt, kind of tastes like nothing. It's pretty bland. So you do want to make sure that you salt it fairly well. So taste it. If it needs a little more salt, add a little more salt. And now we pretty much add our mojo all over the top. Okay, you want to spread the onion all over. You want all of that olive oil. Traditionally you would make it with lard, but I don't have any lard, and olive oil works just as well. Look at that, beautiful. I like to garnish mine with a little bit of fresh cilantro all over the top, and this is it. You have your yuca con mojo. Look at it. It is delicious. Now let's grab, let me see which one I want. I want with a lot of mojito. So I think I'm gonna grab a little piece right here. Now you can serve this with any of your Cuban dishes. Is, like I said, a great side dish. If you make, let's just put it this way. If you go to a Cuban household and they have the lechon, which is the pork, the roast pork, they have con gris, which is like a rice and bean situation, and they don't have a yuca, you better run out of there. Because no, you would never go to a Cuban household that has con gris and lechon asado, but they don't have any yuca. That's like pretty much unheard of. It has to be that they really couldn't find it anywhere, and then they'll put another side dish like tostones or maduro. But I can assure you, especially on Nochebuena, if you have your con gris and your lechon and you don't have yuca, that's it. The night's pretty much ruined. That's how we feel about yuca, and I'm not exaggerating. We really, really, really like it. So good. So citrusy. So garlicky. Absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you do. Remember, written recipe on my website. I hope you make it. I hope you love it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.